Rough day?
You have no idea.
I just might. That's the second bottle you've downed.
Jae Heydari. Falco sends his regards.
And what does that unholy scion of a Grox and a Brahan want from me this time? Oh, wait, I don't really care. My sole plans for tonight are drowning my grief in a sea of Amasak.
We'll give you grief, all right. Get out!
Don't think so, Ashma. And tell Falco to come himself next time.
Heydari, I am tired of your mess. Out! Get some sleep. We'll talk about settling up later.
Okti Shireen, light of my eyes. Can't you see my soul is full of sadness? Have you no heart at all? Let go of your material concerns and let me grieve in peace. Have we met somewhere before?
Don't mind that just there's a shooting in your bar. Oh well. Jae, I don't really know how to feel about her, to be honest. Like in the beginning or after your whole adventure together with her? Someone looks at you with the glassy eyes of a drunk. You notice the 2 empty bottles that had been keeping her company before you arrived. She looks completely out of place in this dingy, smoky bar. The fancy attire, the abundance of jewelry, the implants plated with precious metals. Appearance not only screams wealth, but also audacity. Only an audacious person would flaunt their wealth in a place like this. I gotta say, I really like the portrait. And yeah, as you say, Mana-chan, Jae kinda has some Isabella from Dragon Age vibes.
Greetings, Shireen. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
The way they talk so far? She smiles somewhat groggily. She examines you over the glass that is raised to her lips. I don't know, should we reveal a little bit about ourselves? I mean, we saw her in the palace, so I think at least she knows a little bit. I am Edward, trade envoy of House van Valencius.
Well then, here's to our meeting. It doesn't take a genius to figure out that you're someone special, since you've been granted an audience with the Liege of Footfall himself. It's always a pleasure to make the acquaintance of someone powerful. And the timing couldn't be better.
I kind of feel used already. She takes a sip, pauses, then resolutely sets her glass aside and turns to you. The whole adventure, she made my opinion of her fluctuate all the time. Huh. Well, looking forward to see that. But yeah, also that seems like something she has in common with Isabella. But I think I haven't complained about that so far, so I need this moment to complain about that. I mean, you all know that in general, gender-locking romance isn't something I like too much. But especially after doing, well, kind of well with the representation in Wrath of the Righteous, I kind of dislike that the two kind of deviant characters, like Jae, as you will find out in the next minutes, and also Marazhai, the Drukhari, are the only ones who aren't straight. It's like such a cliche and But yeah, what are mods though?
Jae Heydari at your service.
Jae.
Professional trader, shrewd commercial broker, and, may he steal my tongue if I'm lying, the most honest dealer on Footfall. Nonetheless, we all have our problems, and at times even one's many merits aren't enough to solve them. Perhaps it would be no trouble for a person with your kind of power and standing to assist someone with my kind of predicament. I have heard a great deal about how open-minded the members of the von Valancius dynasty are, and Lady Theodora especially.
I wonder how long it will take to find out who killed Theodora. I mean, that's not even a quest so far, right? Oh well. Yeah, me too. I like if there's just no gender restriction and they are all pan. I don't know, like in Bull's Gate, for example. Why do I feel like she just wants to use me?
So, what do you need help with?
You see, Shireen, there's one cardinal rule on Footfall. Anything goes as long as it doesn't get in the way of business. I'm someone who's been able to exploit that rule to the fullest. And in recent years, I've hit it so big, I've become a speck of sand in someone's green eye. They used to throw small wrenches into my dealings here and there. Well, now they've decided to really put their backs into it. Some rats stolen my cargo and dragged it off to the seediest part of the Shadow Quarters. A crummy place even for connoisseurs of Footfall's unique atmosphere.
I mean, probably already went there, right? Found it probably out in the main story. I guess so. It's just kind of interesting that it wasn't, like, Theodora's death wasn't really a topic after a scene of discovering it. Because, I don't know, would have guessed there are interrogations or something. I didn't find it out in my playthrough. Really, Alistair? You can just skip it? So no, you don't find out the main story unless you do a certain thing. Ah, okay, so you know and you looked it up, I guess. Hell.
When I asked the Liege for protection, we had a mutual misunderstanding. I believe Vladium, in a most lamentable fashion, has forgotten his duties as guardian of the downtrodden and wronged. So I'm in desperate need of a new one. And you, Shireen, fit the bill perfectly. All I need is for you to drop by one dark corner of Footfall Shadow Quarters and pound it into the thieves' heads that taking Heydari's property carries certain risks.
Yeah, we're just doing her dirty work, of course we are. Jae appears to be a serious operator in Footfall. The Liege's refusal to help means the loss of a potential ally. So Jae is encroaching on his turf. Vladim is not responsible for the disappearance of Jae's cargo, will certainly benefit greatly from it. Oh, and yeah, by the way, even though she's called Jae, I will try to say it like that. But I think I always thought it was Jae, so it will be kind of hard to get rid of it. And I would definitely agree with that. I think the best queer representation in a video game was Baldur's Gate 3. Just how natural it is and how you encounter it. Just awesome.
So, I suspect that Vladim wants to keep the cargo out of your hands. And I want to put him in his place.
May the Exalted One bless you and your progeny. Then here's what we'll do. We shouldn't be seen together before we make it to the safe house. I'll head there first. I'll take my own special route so I won't be spotted.
That feels like sneaking in school times. Jae instantly pulls out a data slate, shows you a map of Footfall.
Right. Here, that's where those ashmags are keeping the stolen cargo. Out the bar, over the bridge, and to the left. There, in the depths, you'll find a small courtyard, through which you can get to the place. I'll be waiting nearby. You can come when it suits you, but the sooner you do, the better. I'll see you then, Shireen.
Maybe it would have been nice to ask a few more questions, like what kind of cargo or whatever. But well, what are we getting ourselves into? Wait. Maybe. Yeah, I would say before we do the whole J quest, we completely explore this area. So, let's talk to the Baki. Burly woman with a wealth of fiery hair is in the process of tinkering with some unknown device that's clinking melodiously. She has a rough-looking implant in place of her lower jaw. As you approach, the implant begins to move, as if independently of the rest of her face. And I'm sorry, I don't know, I'm very good at misreading stuff today. We'll get a little bit more fluent. It's a really nice portrait. I really like the hair and the color. And yeah, if the jaw is kind of moving independently, how do you talk? How does that work? Well... Welcome to the Adeptus Mechanicus, sir. What can Octaviana get you? Amasac? Low? Something more interesting? Octaviana freezes in place. It can't be. Are you... Sister Argenta? The Sister Argenta? The one who has the worst scum and Footfall shaking in their boots? The whole station is talking about you. And here you are, in the flesh, in our humble Amasacus. Argenta stops Octaviana's torrent of adoration with a calm gesture. No more. I seek retribution against transgressors, not glory for myself. Despite her words, you catch a glint in Argenta's eyes. You can tell she's enjoying this enraptured attention. Of course she is.
So, what is this place?
You're in the oldest watering hole on Footfall, sir. The Adeptus Mechanicus is the only Adeptus one can find on Footfall. She laughs hoarsely. I'm Octaviana. I serve drinks, lend an ear, and, if it comes down to it, quiet the rowdy ones. She sizes you up carefully. Folks usually come to the Mechanicus for either pleasure or business. Might I ask what brought you here? I wanted to roam with Camilla and Wrath of the Righteous. Seems like I still might with a mod though. Yeah, I would recommend the toy box. That's also the mod I use for this game to enable the Heinrix romance. Cause yeah, then you can just unlock all gender restrictions for romances. And lots of other things. Are we here for pleasure or business? I mean, mainly for pleasure, I would say.
You know, it's been one thing after another lately. I figured I was due for some me time. Give me a splash of your local hooch, will you?
Javena looks at you closely, takes a bottle from a shelf and uncorks it. The transparent, pungent-smelling liquid quickly fills the glass that sits between you. Get drunk. On it. Pasqal's respirator hisses quietly, and he says in an insinuating tone, "The chemical composition of this substance is known to me, but never before have I come across such an unusual application. An exquisite path of martyrdom in honor of the Omnisire." Doesn't sound like you should drink it. Then Edward takes a good look at the drink. The glass contains a liquid that's clearly made from spent promethium. This is moonshine, virtually unfiltered. Quickly blows the drink off their feet and, when imbibed regularly, turns their liver into a bubbling sponge. Yeah, see? You shouldn't do that.
You know, got anything better?
Taverna grabs a dusty, unopened bottle from under the bar and a clean glass. The amber liquid splashes against the crystal walls as she adds in a couple of black pebbles. The soft, spicy aroma tickles your nostrils. Nice, are those like ice cube replacements? And Edward drinks the drink. The amasec warms his throat pleasantly. You can make out a hint of spice, the flavor of an oak barrel, and a distinct earthy aroma. You can feel a little more at peace. You reach the bottom of the glass sooner than you'd like. At least that sounds like a decent drink.
So, no doubt you've picked up a lot of local knowledge working at a place like this. Do you know anything about the Envers gang?
She gives you a searching look and answers in a lowered voice. Maybe I do know something, but let's not shout about it to the whole bar, right? I'll be here long enough for you to walk out of this bar, and the Envers respect no agreements, laws, or other gangs. Look at them the wrong way, and you're dead. Anyway, to the point. Those Envers are scum among scum, the most unhinged goons you can find on Footfall, and even other unhinged goons want nothing to do with them. They've no hierarchy, no territory, nothing. only a nameless leader who most of the Envers haven't seen once. This leader sends them to leaflets with inspiring messages. Followers are recruited by other followers. The leech try to bring them into line, but it's like this. You clear one group, and in the meantime, 5 more spring up elsewhere. Oh, A and V is not like initials, or maybe it is, but it's also the first 3 letters of Anvers. Like I said, no one knows who their leader is or where their leader operates from. But here's what I've noticed. The most recent Anver leaflets, the ones so fresh you can smell the ink of them, always show up in the same area on the Big Slum asteroid. Let me show you where it is real quick. She uses a drop of liquor to draw a basic map right on the bar. Right around here. I'm positive they are printing their little poems somewhere in this area. Nice. But I think we already know that we have to go searching for that from the exit of the Adeptus Mechanicus. So I think that we could do maybe before going to meet Jae.
So, about the woman who started a gunfight at the bar.
Why are you so interested? You're looking into her or something? Taviana catches herself upon meeting your gaze and bows her head low. Apologies, sir. Me and my big mouth. I guess this is why they broke my jaw so many times. She touches the implant. Asking too many questions. Taviana drops her voice. Jae, you know, Jae's pretty great. She's made a name for herself here on Footfall. She's a woman who came from nothing, and she follows the unwritten rule of this place. She doesn't walk all over weaker folks, and she drinks like a fish to boot. It's a lot to respect. The sad thing is, it looks like she's got on the wrong side of Ledame. And since both of them, well, I guess all 3 of us, have ties to Casbanica, there's no way out of this. Jae should get off Footfall while she still can. Better to lose her business than her life. Oh. She sounds a little bit concerned, right? At least for 40k standards.
Odd name. The Adeptus Mechanicus. Not very reverent.
Taviana chuckles. What makes you say that? Do you know where you're standing? On the deck of the Martyr's Endurance, a sacred vessel that once belonged to the Adeptus Administratum. 100 years ago, the bureaucrats sent a mission here to establish a department, set up some kind of record-keeping, overhaul Footfall, and make everything here follow Abelgian laws to the letter. As you can see, it was the Martyr's Endurance and its inhabitants that could overhaul in the end. I don't know what happened to them, but the locals like to come here to make deals and count their money like before. This temple of the Imperium's accountants. Over there, you can see even the sign's been preserved. Well, partially.
You know, a great and a fun place, and the new name is kind of fitting.
You like it? I'm flattered. It's not often that we get important visitors here, and even less often, they really appreciate this place. Well, I guess it's the only place to drink and have some fun, so what's not to like?
So, how are things on Footfall?
Haven't been to our fine station for a while, have you, sir? As per usual, there's never a dull moment. Either someone's getting shot in a square, or some rich guy's going on a safari to hunt commoners in the Shadow Quarters. Sure, the Leech makes sure that the local shenanigans don't get in the way of business in the station, but what happens on the outskirts adds a little spice to our lives. Fun. We make do, but the real trouble is, with every passing day it gets harder to find grub. Add that some horrors are happening in the void outside Ferabundus, that not all ships are making it here, and the Legious old patrons don't seem to be in a hurry to help. It takes a toll on Valadame's authority, and if his authority wobbles too hard, he'll have plenty of people lining up to take his place. I mean, not that I care too deeply for Validame, but probably it doesn't really get better whoever replaces him.
Alright, I'll be going.
Taviana bows her head slightly. Till next time, sir. Right.
I always have a backup plan.
Quite a big bar, but we just had like 3 people we could talk to so far. See if someone is hiding here, someone important. Apparently. Who are you? Oh, by the throne. That's him, isn't it? Poor Sappho got his tongue cut out by the Envers. The one thing he was from the Casabelica. Well, his troubles are over now. He just got... What exactly
Attention to
happened?
detail is the key to success.
Just looked like he was drunk. Did he just drink something poisonous? You were at the sofa crawling with whatever.
Always keep your eye on the prize.
There's another named NPC. Let's see who that is.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
Not important enough for a portrait, but important enough for a no name. The woman looks to be in her 40s, surveying you with interest. Her right eye appears almost black against her dusky skin, where her left eye emits a greenish light filtered through the smudged lens of a prosthesis. Her arms are tattooed all the way from the base of her shoulders to her knuckles. Oh, she has a... nice. She has a portrait. Really cool, really tattooed. I really like the green eye. Looking for something specific. You're buying or maybe selling. Don't be shy, just ask. Alvarez knows all kinds of folks. My boys will fetch you anything your heart desires.
So, who are those boys you work with?
Rizza lowers her booming, raspy voice. I'll just stick to the voice. You heard about the clipper Saint Cognatius got hit recently. The cargo was cleaned out, everything of value taken. Well, that was my boy's handiwork. We call ourselves the Fellowship of the Void, an association of enterprising like-minded people who help the upstanding citizens of the Imperium rid themselves of the possessions that are weighing them down. Space pirates. You notice Abelard's face twist in disgust. You will see me as a rather strong opinion on the individuals to whom Ryza refers us to the Fellowship of the Void.
So, pirates, in other words.
There's a placid, a shocked expression on her face. Please, no need to be so crude. You himself no doubt is aware that Hieronymus preached that asceticism is a virtue, and that only by rejecting material wealth can we ascend in faith. Well, I couldn't agree more. We are merely helping the service of the Imperium to be a little bit more like Hieronymus, and taking a small commission for our trouble. Aw, that warms my heart. Do you think that there's a 40k One Piece? I don't know, but if they're looking for it, it will take thousands of books and mangas.
So, what kind of goods are you willing to buy?
Tech is always the best. If it's broke, no sweat. We fix it or take it apart. And if you score something so nasty that your fussy everyday traders won't even look at it, fear not. Just bring it on over. Leave it to me and my boys to find the right buyer. We are not sketchy at all. The handling of sacred technology by laypersons uninitiated in the omniscience priesthood is Category A blasphemy. Incriminating evidence of profane acts perpetrated by the unit named Old Rizza has been recorded for use in future judicial proceedings. I don't think she minds that at all, Pasqal. She chuckles darkly. Do you mean to threaten me, Tech Priest? Well then, I keep a record of this conversation too. I wonder which of us will feel the harsh hand of justice first. Will it be me, standing in chains before your brethren? Or you, standing in an airlock before my voice. Yeah, I think threatening her in her own den isn't the best.
You know, Grandpa Pasqal says hello.
Rizzo's face breaks into a broad smile. Well, that was the because we were on the at the funeral. That's the guy, Master Velado, his old name, right? Rizzo's face breaks into a broad smile. That old rascal! I thought he croaked in the mines a long time ago, but old man Pasqal's still alive and kicking, you say? No, I'm confusing names as usual, because of course I do. I think it's the one we saved at the prison planet. Oh well. Me and him have been through a lot of interesting scrapes together, and all the weird and wonderful things we acquired. Pasqal wouldn't send his regards along with just anyone. It must have done him a good turn. And you know, because of that, Riz is going to give you a special discount. You've gained a 5% discount on items from the Fellowship of the Void faction. Nice. Yes, no Drukhari don't really raid for money or items, just people. The closest to pirates would be Orc freebooters or Eldari raiders. But yeah, makes sense. Drukhari just seem to be about inflicting pain and suffering and reveling in those emotions.
Alright, so let's see what you have to offer.
Well, another coat, more medkits, which we of course take, and a serrated greatsword, which might be nice. Unfortunately, our profit factor is too low to buy anything else. Let's keep the things, because we can't afford anything currently, even if we would have more reputation.
Is there money to be made?
Oh, no, wait, I already got the loot ideas. Okay, I would say next thing we do is to go and look for the Endless Den.
Rise to the top, or get left in the dust.
Quarters. Oh well. Let's see how hard it will be to find them. I'm kind of confused, because I mean, in theory, we just got a map marker, but the game doesn't really feature quest markers, so not really sure. I'm going to give you a hint. It doesn't affect anything, but you can't get all the items from each trader. You can only get all the items from one, and only if you give them everything to trade. Oh, interesting. So it's so limited, like your loot is just so limited? Okay. Yeah, see, we don't have a map marker. But I thought we know where it is. It's the endless base. I gotta say, that's kinda odd. I mean, she just showed it to us. It was described how she showed it to us. Why can't we get a marker for that? Yeah. Okay. The turn-off to the entrance can be seen from the Adeptus Mechanicus. Somewhere in Sector 2. Be the entrance. Big question is, okay, here we have Sector 2. Question now is, where's the entrance? Is it the Dark Hideout? I kind of thought that the Dark Hideout, the place we went with Argenta to, right?